What if I told you that apps, the most common tool on your phone, might be on their way out? Today, we're diving into a pretty wild idea for a future where our technology works at the speed of thought and maybe, just maybe, gets rid of the very thing we thought was essential.
So let's start with a feeling we all know all too well. You want to do something really simple, right? Like pay a friend back for dinner. But you find yourself jumping through like a dozen digital hoops just to get it done. It's this universal frustration in our supposedly hyper-connected world.
I mean, think about it for a second. To get one simple thing done, you're the one manually connecting all the dots. You open an app, you find the info, you copy it, close that app, open another one, log in, paste it, confirm. In this whole mess, you're not really the user, you're the router. You're the human middleware. And it is incredibly slow.
Well, this friction, this annoying gap, it actually has a name: intent latency. It's that invisible space between the moment you decide to do something and the moment the thing actually gets done. And it points to a really deep, fundamental problem with how our computers work today.
So where does all this friction even come from? Let's dig in and figure out why our digital world was seemingly built with so many frustrating speed bumps.
Let's use that dinner bill example. What should be a single simple action is really this cascade of tedious little steps. You have to unlock your phone, find the app, maybe authenticate with your face or fingerprint, search for your friend, type in the amount. I mean, each step is a moment of friction. That's at least 6 different hurdles for one simple idea.
So what's the solution then? Well, the idea is that it lies in rethinking the most fundamental part of computing, that very first moment you tell the machine what you want. It's all about the power of input. This quote really gets to the heart of it. The instant you type, "Send Alice $20 for dinner," your intent is perfectly, completely clear. Every single step that comes after that, opening an app, logging in, confirming, that's all just friction that delays and breaks apart that original, pure intent.
And here's the crucial insight, right? If you can just capture that pure intent right at the source, right where you type it, and turn it directly into an action, you can bypass all that friction. So whoever controls the input layer ultimately controls the execution.
Okay, so let's get into the technology that's trying to do exactly that. It's basically a 2-part system, and it's designed to turn your intent directly into a finished action.
So the first piece of this puzzle is called Inapse Input. And it's super important to understand this is not just a keyboard. Think of it less like a keyboard and more like an engine. It's a secure environment that lives right at that input layer. It understands your intent, and it securely holds your credentials ready to act instantly right from your device.
The second piece is something called QRC20. You can think of this as a universal language for taking action. It's a standardized, encrypted package that can hold instructions for pretty much anything: calling a traditional API, executing a smart contract, giving a command to an AI. It's the little data payload that makes your intent understandable to any system out there.
So check out the new pipeline. Instead of all those manual steps, you just state your intent. The input device understands it, packages it up into that secure QRC20 payload, and it just executes it instantly. No more switching apps, no manual logging in. Your intent just becomes the action. Okay, so this brings us to the core architectural shift. This isn't just about making things a little bit faster, it's about fundamentally changing where the computation actually happens. This right here, this is the real aha moment. The old way, our current way, sends your input on this long round trip to a company's cloud server to be processed. The new way, it just collapses that entire process. Your intent is turned into an action right there on your device. Input leads directly to execution. And this shift to execution at origin brings 3 massive benefits. First, zero latency. It's practically instant because there's no round trip to the cloud. Second, zero knowledge security, which means your private data never leaves your device in a readable format. And third, native settlement, which means your digital keys are used right where your intent is created, which is just inherently way more secure.
And the difference in speed is staggering. Just look at this chart. A simple task that takes a minute with apps, or maybe 20 seconds with some of the current AI agents, could get done in just 3 seconds with this new model. It's a complete and total collapse of friction.
So what does all this actually lead to? What does a world without digital friction really look like? Well, this brings us right back to that big, provocative question: is this the end of apps?
The ambition here isn't just to build a better app or a faster website. As this quote makes crystal clear, the goal is to get rid of the interface as a middleman. I mean, if your intent can be directly executed, why do you need an app's interface to translate it?
This comparison table really shows the whole paradigm shift. We move from an internet where we navigate to one where we execute. We go from apps to intents, from user interfaces to just input, from clicks to commands. The entire center of gravity shifts from the cloud to the edge, right to our devices.
And here's the logical conclusion to this entire argument. The only reason apps exist is to bridge the gap in a fragmented system. They're the clumsy tools we use because there's no direct path from our intent to an action. So if you create that direct path, the reason for the app to exist, it just kind of vanishes.
And this leaves us with a critical final question. In a world where the most valuable commodity isn't our attention or our clicks, but our raw, executable intent, who gets to own it? Who gets to monetize it? That right there is the new frontier.